Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us for this virtual college fair. We're so happy that you are here. Just a few announcements before we go ahead and get started. I want to direct your attention to the Q&A button on your screen. This is where you can type questions for all of the presenters at any time during the presentations. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists can't see or hear you. The Q&A function will be the best way for you to communicate with the panelists. And you're welcome to ask questions related to any of the universities at any time, and they can chat with you as it's going. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening, so be sure to sign up for some additional sessions if you haven't already. Also, this presentation is being recorded and it'll be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. You'll also find recordings of the other presentations, so if there was another college presenting at the same time and you missed them, you'll be able to find it there. We're going to be hearing from 6 universities tonight, all from the great state of Idaho, and we look forward to hearing what they have to say. So without any further ado, I will turn it over to our first presenter, Austin from Boise State University.
Perfect. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Austin Henderson, and I am an admissions counselor here at Boise State University. More specifically, your admissions counselor here at Boise State. So I'm really excited that you all are here. I actually graduated from Boise State back in May of 2018. So it wasn't that long ago that I was also a student. So I'm really excited to share a little bit more about Boise State with all of you today. You'll notice that on all of my slides, I'll have some QR codes. So if you are interested in Boise State and you want to stay better connected with us, feel free to take out your smartphone, scan that with your camera app. It will take you to a form that you can complete, and that way we can make sure to keep you updated with all the newest information that's coming out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So when I talk about Boise State, I feel like I have to start with the city of Boise. We are located in Boise, Idaho, which is the capital of Idaho. We're so lucky to be located in the downtown capital city. We have a river that runs right through the downtown city and runs parallel to our campus. We have a ski and snowboarding resort that's located just 35 minutes north of us called Bogus Basin. We really have all of the outdoors experiences if you're interested in that. And then we're also located in the city. So there's much to do here off campus, but plenty to do on campus as well. I'm sure maybe some of you know us because of our blue football field. So if you're interested in athletics, we of course are in the Division I Mountain West Conference. We have intramural sports and club sports. We have over 200 clubs on our campus, so there's a lot to do here. I always like to joke that if there was a top 10 list for being on the most top 10 lists, Boise might take the cake. So these are a few that I really like to share with students and families. We're one of the safest places to live in America. We have one of the top 10 downtowns in America. And then Boise State is among one of the top 3 universities for outdoor adventure. So I know when I was a student, the variety on campus and off campus made my experience so much better. But I know when I was looking into colleges, one of the biggest questions that I had was about academics and what academics felt like. I'm happy to say here at Boise State, we're really dedicated to make sure you have that individualized academic experience. Our average classroom size is right around 30 students to a professor. So you get to know your professors really well. You get to know your fellow classmates. And I know for me, it made asking questions a lot easier than being in large lecture halls. Also here at Boise State, we have 189 different majors and minors to choose from. So there's a lot going on here. I always like to share this chart here. Each year we survey our incoming students to see which majors are they choosing. So every year this changes. Some majors might pop on here, some of them might fall off. But what stays pretty consistent year after year is this number 2 spot, our general undeclared. Those are the students who understand the value of getting a college education. They just aren't quite certain what that perfect academic program is. So no, if you come to Boise State, you absolutely can take your first year, explore a few different classes. We're there to support you. Or if you know exactly what you want to study, you can hop right into that program. I want to talk about the application process real quick. So our application process is pretty straightforward and very simple. You can find our application online at apply.boisestate.edu. You'll see that we aren't requiring any essays or letters of recommendation. There will be a $50 application fee to submit your application. And then for fall of 2021, we will only be requiring your high school transcript to completely review your application. We will not be requiring any test scores, and we actually won't even consider test scores for admission. So if you have a 3.0 unweighted high school GPA, you'll automatically be admitted to Boise State. Now, I always like to talk about some scholarship opportunities. We do have two scholarships that we can automatically consider our non-resident students for, as long as they apply to Boise State and get their transcript into our office before December 15th of their senior year. And then all you have to do is meet a GPA requirement. So you can see for our WUI program, if you have a 3.4 unweighted high school GPA, you'll automatically receive that award. And then of course the treasure. There is currently only one major that is not eligible to receive these, and that is our radiology program. But any other major that you apply with, you could be considered for these. Just remember to completely apply by December 15th of your senior year. Now, if you're ever in town, you can come visit campus. We are doing daily campus in-person visits every day, Monday through Friday, 3 times a day. We are ensuring that groups are physically distancing and wearing masks. And we do have a few Saturday options as well if you're interested in that. And of course, if you go to this website, you'll also see our array of virtual options as well if you want to stay connected that way. And then lastly, I just want to leave you with my information. So like I said, am your specific admissions counselor. I'm here to walk you through the process and answer any questions along the way. So feel free to take a picture of this. You can always email me or give me a phone call. And then that is going to be my Zoom link for after the meeting today. I'll do an hour's worth of meeting then. So I look forward to chatting with some of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Austin. And up next, we have Idaho State University, Lindsay.
Thank you so much. My name is Lindsay Stevenson, and I am an admissions advisor for Idaho State University. We are one of the 4-year public universities in the state of Idaho, and we are located in the southeast corner of the state, in a beautiful town called Pocatello. It's actually where I grew up. So I love chatting with students about what they can expect by going down to Pocatello, by being a Bengal at Idaho State University. But because we have such a short amount of time today during this presentation, I really want to focus on 3 major things. What I love telling students, and especially students who maybe aren't sure what they're going to do after high school. If your choice is to go on to go get a degree at an institution of higher education, what you really want to look for are 3 things. The first thing, does this place have my major? Second thing, does this place fit my finances? Does it look like what I want to pay, what I want to invest in financially? And third, does this place fit me? Do I feel comfortable? Do I feel excited about these opportunities in the city or town where I'm going to go? So we're going to start off with some academic offerings at Idaho State. Now, we're a medium-sized campus. We have just about 12,000 students, which can kind of seem like a lot for some of us if we come from a smaller town. But what's really cool about Idaho State academics is that our student to faculty ratio is 14:1. So that just makes our class sizes a little bit smaller, and you really get to connect with your professors, with your peers. That part of higher education is something very valuable, especially as you get into the upper division courses. But as you can see here on my screen, I've broken it up into our 5 different colleges and the Division of Health Science. That's just a fancy way for us to organize our majors and programs. Here at Idaho State, we have over 250 degrees and programs, and so as not to bore you this evening, I won't go through each and every one. At the end, I'll remind you to pop on my Zoom link and we can go through what programs we have. But a couple that I'll highlight, we're most well known in the state of Idaho for our Division of Health Science. We offer over 75% of the state's health professions degrees. So if that is something that you're interested in, we could be a great fit for you. But as you can see on the screen, we have many, many different major opportunities that we're very proud of. Majors in business, education, science and engineering. So we just have a whole array of majors to choose from. The second thing is, hey, let's find a place that you think is fun. Like I said, I grew up in Pocatello. I love being outside. I currently live in Coeur d'Alene, so just a hop, skip, and a jump from you all. But what I love about Idaho especially are just the outdoor access. And as you can see from this aerial view of Pocatello, that is limitless. We've got tons of different mountains and hiking trails, biking trails, ski hills, snowboarding, tons of different adventures to be had. We're very close to the state capitol, about 3 hours away, close to Salt Lake City, Utah, so you'll really never be bored. We don't really, see that our students are bored on campus either. This is a list of our sports teams. That's usually a pretty common question, but our students are also involved on and off campus in over 150 student clubs and organizations. On top of, some sports teams, we have dance, marching band, pep band, the works. So our students are always involved. We encourage them to just invest in that campus community. Some really important criteria here for admission. We have waived the fall 2021 SAT and ACT requirement for admission. We need a minimum 2.5 GPA from your high school. And if you did take those scores, we will still take them as we use those for placement in things like math and English. So if you have those scores, go ahead and send them in. But for admissions requirements, we just need that 2.5. You can go to isu.edu/apply to submit that application. Your application for admission is your application for the scholarship. As long as we have your official transcript and your application in by February 15th of your senior year, you could be awarded our WUI scholarship, our Western Undergraduate Exchange Scholarship. As you can see from the graph there, that just knocks down your non-resident tuition to something a little bit more approachable. That is what our Idaho students pay times 1.5. So just over $11,800 is what you're looking at for the year tuition. We're not afraid to stat scholarships. I'm more than happy to go through those opportunities with you and help you find that way to pay if that kind of seems daunting to you. One last thing here, you really want to go to campus and experience all of these colleges and universities that you might be thinking of. This year looks a little different, of course, and so our big experience event is going to be virtual. We have it on 2 different days, October 30th or the 31st. More information at isu.edu/experience-isu, or you can pop onto our visit webpage right there that I've given you, isu.edu/visit. That's where you can sign up for an on-campus tour, which we are hosting. We will maintain CDC guidelines for health and safety, so you need a mask. We're going to maintain social distancing, but we do have some virtual opportunities on that visit page as well. One being, of course, Experience ISU, but the others, we have a virtual campus tour, a virtual housing tour, and you can sign up for an appointment with me virtually. But today, just like all my counterparts here, I will be jumping on that Zoom link after the presentations today for about an hour to answer any other questions that you might have. But with that, I'm going to sign off and thank you guys so much for being here tonight.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. Just a reminder that the Q&A function is open. If you have any questions now, you are welcome to answer them as we go, or ask them as we go, and we'll answer them. Lewis and Clark State College is next. Jessica.
Okay, here we go. Hi, you guys. My name is Jessica, and I am with Lewis Clark State College. We're located in Lewiston, Idaho, so we're actually just about 2 hours south of the Spokane area. So a really quick way, I don't know if you guys are looking to be close to home or far away from home, and so that's something to really consider for you guys. We are also a smaller school. We have about 3,700 students on our campus. So again, one of the questions I tell students to ask is, how far away do you want to be from home? How big of a school do you want? Do you want to be involved? What is your degree you want? Those are really important things for you guys to think about of what school you're looking for. So again, we're smaller class sizes. We're a smaller school, so smaller class sizes, a lot of one-on-one attention. We offer 4-year bachelor degrees as well as 2-year associate degrees. We also have, these are some of our programs that we programs that we have. Within those, you're going to be able to have an opportunity to have internships and just be in the classroom and be ready to have a job once you graduate. We also have our academic programs, such as accounting, if you want to go for your MBA after you finish college, or be an accountant, go on for nursing. We have that program as well. And so a lot of different things. Elementary education is also really what we're known for. That's really what we started. And so a lot of teachers we've produced that go to Washington or just different areas as well to go and teach. So applying is really easy right now. Obviously with COVID, we have decided to not require your ACT or SAT scores. So you guys can actually go online and apply for free at beawarrior.lcsc.edu. And then you just need to send in your high school transcripts and we can go from there. I am encouraging you to still take your ACT or SAT test scores because those will be able to help you with your placement into your courses once you are ready to register. And with those test scores, those can also help you with some scholarships. So because we are also in Idaho, we have the WUI scholarship available for you. So as you can see on my screen right here, if you have above a 3.0 GPA, you can qualify for that WUI scholarship. We are the lowest costing public institution in the state of Idaho. So our in-state tuition is just under $3,000. So with the WUI scholarship, this would make your tuition about $10,500. And we are an OR school as well. So these ACT or SAT scores can also help you with that. If you receive a 3.5 GPA or higher, you can also get another $2,000 scholarship to get added on to that WUI. So that could be about $8,500 for your tuition. And we do have a general scholarship application that is due March 1st that you can submit as well and earn scholarships that way. To be eligible for these, you just need to apply, and then we'll need your 7th semester transcript or 10th semester trimester transcript. And so that's really all we need. Really, really easy to do. I encourage students to go ahead and send that in. Even if you are unsure, it's always better to have a scholarship than have to wait and wonder if you are going to get it or not. So, and of course, apply with your counselors, your local scholarships to be able to help you with that as well. At LC, we do not require students to live on campus. It's totally up to you. I really encourage students to, just because it's a great way to meet new people and just really be able to get involved in the different clubs and activities that we have on campus. So we do have traditional style dorms that you probably have seen on TV where there's the bunk beds and you share a whole living area. But we also have suite style. So if you kind of like your privacy still, and sometimes you want to just close your door and get away from everybody, the suite style is really great for you because you're still going to be around different friends, different people, sharing a living space, kitchenette, and bathroom with 3 other girls or 3 other guys. So really great opportunities with that to be able to be on campus and get that experience. We're really excited that you can still come to campus and do visits with us. Again, we're in Lewiston, so we're only 2 hours south. So it's a really great way. Come down, tour the campus. I tell students, it's the best way to see if the college is right for you. And if you go on a campus and you're like, this isn't what I thought it would be, that is completely okay. We want to make sure that you are going to school, to the right school for you, where you're going to excel and really bring out all of your opportunities that you can. So you can come to visit anytime, or we also have virtual opportunities as well for you. We also have some events coming up that you can see here on the screen. We have a couple different Saturday visits. And so if parents want to come with and they don't want to miss work, this is a great opportunity for you to come down. We are asking to register online on our website to come for those, just because we have a limit of capacity of how many people we can have come with for this. But with these, you can see the divisions that you want to see. And we're not, unfortunately, doing tours of our residence hall right now just because of COVID. We want to make sure students can stay living here right now. But you can see the whole campus, talk with different professors in your division that you're thinking of, and again, see if that's the right fit for you. And then lastly, I'm going to leave my information on here for you. My office is in Coeur d'Alene as well. And so if you guys want to meet, talk in person, I can drive over to Spokane really easily, or meet somewhere and just talk about in person what some opportunities are. You can call or text me on that number, and that is my Zoom link after. So that is everything. And thank you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you so much, Jessica. Next, we have Sarah from North Idaho College.
Hi, everybody. Just getting my presentation to start there. Fantastic. I'll actually jump back one slide. So this is North Idaho College. We are located in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and we offer associate degrees to help transfer onto a four-year institution, as well as career and technical education training. That can look like 2 years, or that can also look like 2 months of training to be ready and out there working in the world. We are located right there in that beautiful picture on Lake Coeur d'Alene in the Spokane River, so just a short distance from you in Spokane. Many of you, maybe it's easier even to attend NIC, just the way the traffic flows compared to going to a similar institution to us, which is the Community College of Spokane, which you're familiar with already. So be aware of that. I'll talk about these key points here pretty briefly. About 5,000 students actually attend NIC. Most of our students are commuter. We do have students living on campus, but that's only approximately 200 students that are 3 different main locations. So we'd love to host you. Many of our students are transfer versus the career and technical, but that only shows the degree seeking students that we have attending NIC. We do have a lot that also take our workforce training center, apprenticeship programs. As far as a student, right now in high school, your main goal is to graduate. Once you graduate, you really have 3 different options, right? You can go to college, you're learning about that tonight. You can go into the military, and the military is great because they do offer some education benefits where you can really have some assistance in paying for your education. And 3, you can go off to work right away, right? So those are your 3 options: college, military, and work. So if you are a student who goes to work right away, adult education is where you're gonna find support from NIC to kind of help you get brushed up on your English and math skills. We do have some majors that are pretty popular with NIC, like business, nursing, also social work, very popular, and a lot of students transfer on to some of our institutions that are local, and I'll speak to those in a bit. Our career and technical education programs, those can be like welding and diesel. We have a lot of trades and industry. Our students in our carpenter program build a house every year, and that house gets raffled off. So just some really awesome hands-on experience. The CTE facility is located in Rathdrum, and then the Workforce Training Center is actually right at state line, so pretty close to your home location. And that's where you can find our apprenticeship programs. Even the 2-month short-term training program that I mentioned could be becoming a phlebotomy technician or a certified nursing assistant. And there's great, those are great entry-level jobs into the healthcare field. And we all know that's an area that's going to be continuing to thrive in our corridor of I-90. This building here is the DeArmond College and University Center, and this is where I'm located in partnership with 2 of my coworkers from the University of Idaho, as well as Lewis Clark State College. So feel free to visit campus sometime and take a tour. We're doing those tours daily at 10 o'clock in the morning. Don't have events scheduled right now out of an abundance of caution for COVID, but we do welcome you to take an individual tour when it's convenient for you. And if those times don't work, feel free to reach out and we'd be happy to accommodate your schedule. Again, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of hands-on activities. We want you to get out there while you're in your studies to be able to have some resume building experience along the way. And so that can look like working on patients out at the hospital for our nursing students here. It can be automotive. Our students actually ask for vehicles to be brought into the shop so that they can, at a reduced cost, repair those vehicles, but also have that hands-on experience so they can share that with an employer on their resume down the road. Cost of attendance is pretty straightforward here. You're looking at the cost of Gonzaga for a year, the cost of a public 4-year institution. If you're, let's say, in-state going to Eastern Washington University, it's close to that cost. And then North Idaho College. And the cost that we want to look at is the one on the bottom. That's for Washington residents. And that's a special rate, a little bit different than the WUI because we're so close. We try and encourage you to consider looking at us because because we're a pretty good value. You can do 2 years typically if you're staying in state at a public 2-year institution, and that can be the same cost as going to a public 1-year institution. So again, if you're staying in state, 2 years at a community college is the same price as 1 year at a 4-year institution. That's generally a good rule of thumb that you can follow. But we always welcome you to consider out-of-state options, just because you can really enhance your opportunities, and being a little bit close to home, but still far enough away to make you feel like you've gotten out of the house. As far as locations, of course, our main campus is right there, kind of in the image, just up to the right-hand corner of the lake area, and that's right at the confluence of the Spokane River. Our Workforce Training Center is located in Post Falls, and then a Parker Technical Education Center is located in Rathdrum. And we do have a few programs that we offer in Sandpoint, so just be aware of that opportunity. Students can live in the residence hall on campus. We have approximately 200 beds, although we're at half capacity like most other institutions, just for the precaution of making sure our students are able to stay in class who did decide to live in the residence hall. Great opportunities to help you be a successful student, because that's really what all of us want to make sure that's happening, is that you come in for a certain intention and that you leave completing that intention or that goal of why you decided to attend NIC. Lots of great athletic activities. Our coaches do continue to recruit at this time, and they also provide scholarships. So just make that contact with them and they can assist you with seeing if you might qualify. This is our new Student Wellness and Rec Center, and we are close to all the great outdoor activities. We also provide outdoor pursuit rentals for half price. And you might all know about that. If you've been to Coeur d'Alene before, we're right on the beach. You can, as a community member, also visit and rent those bits of equipment. That's my time that I'm hearing on my end, and I see Josh. So feel free to reach out to me. And if you're interested, attend a Zoom session. I will note, Josh, that I did put our Zoom information in the Q&A. Somebody had asked that. I'm hoping my coworkers saw that as well.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Next, we have Northwest Nazarene University.
All right, I'm from Northwest Nazarene University. My name is Colette Gall. I usually go by Coco, so that's what, if you hear of me, that's what you'll probably hear. I graduated from NNU in 2018. I was recruited to play basketball here. Absolutely loved it. I am from Eastern Washington, went to Hanford High School, so I kind of know where you guys are coming from. I love that side of the state, but over here in the Treasure Valley, it is really similar to where you are right now. We are located in Nampa, Idaho. We're about 20 minutes from Boise, so you kind of get a little bit of both worlds with being able to go downtown in Boise, but also stay in Nampa where it's a little bit smaller. Nampa's growing though. It's super awesome, super fun. Even our downtown area is growing with different businesses. Here at NNU, so we are a private school, but we have 80 plus 4-year programs. So lots of different options. And then our class ratio is about 15 students to about 17 students to 1 professor. So that was one of the reasons that I chose NNU, was I wanted to be able to play sports, but I also wanted to have a smaller school experience with getting to really know my professor in my undergraduate degree. Some of our larger programs are education, engineering. Actually, engineering is working with NASA right now to launch Idaho's 3rd satellite into space. Social work's another big program. Just a lot of different things. So please come to the different, or to the NNU Zoom session, and I can talk to you about any programs that you might be interested in studying this next year. Also at NNU, we really focus on feeling like a community here. So we have tons of events constantly happening. One of the best ways to get to know all of your new classmates is to attend those events. And so through our first week here at school, we have what we call week 1. The different events are happening. And then the first or second week of the school year, we send all of our freshmen up to Cascade, Idaho, really close to McCall, if you know where that is. The students stay in cabins up there and they get to really know their freshman class. We really want this to feel like your new home. So 76% of all of our students live on campus, and 91% of the freshmen live on campus. So this is another way that we want our campus to feel like a community. And so here are the different dorms. So this is Ford Hall. Right here, this is the girls' dorm that you would live in. And then for the guys, you guys would live in Culver Hall over here. So both great places. And we'll go next slide. So we are a Christian university, so Nazarene, but that does not mean that you have to be Christian to come here. So you might have grown up Nazarene or gone to, Christian churches, and you know the whole, Christian side of things, or you might just be like, I really want to go to a private school and I'm interested in learning more. Either way, that is great. We have different worship nights, we have chapel, small groups. It's just really an awesome way to kind of combine both your faith and your college education. NNU is also really, really competitive in sports. We are NCAA Division II. We participate in the GNAC. So we play different schools from Washington, Oregon, Alaska. We're the only school in Idaho. We play one school in Montana, and then some out-of-season games we usually go to California and possibly some other states. So super fun in that area. But if, playing NCAA Division II isn't for you, we also have intramural sports, and so that's just for fun, different seasons throughout the year. And then kind of in the middle between intramural sports and the NCAA Division II sports is we have club sports. So now we have soccer and lacrosse, and those actually offer scholarships as well. So if those two sports are something that you're interested in and getting some more money, that's a great way to go. Another big thing at NNU is music. So this is another way to get scholarships. You can be part of the orchestra, the choir, you can be part of worship bands on campus, all are great. And you don't have to get a degree in music to be a part of our music programs. And they also travel just like sports. For admissions, our early action deadline is November 15th, but if you get everything into me tomorrow or, before that date, I can still accept you. November 15th is the last chance to get a hot box from us. So that's like a box with a bunch of cool gear in it. And your acceptance letter. Right down here is the link where you can go to apply. And this year, all we need is for you to fill out the application and then also give us your high school transcript. This year, we are test optional due to COVID. So just by applying to NNU, you will qualify for one of these scholarships, $10,000 to $16,000. So great way to, get money. And everybody, thinks private schools are more expensive, which they are on the surface value, but we give out a lot of scholarships. So please come talk to me in the Zoom session and I can tell you all about the other scholarships that you might end up receiving. This is kind of an example of what your scholarship, financial aid package can look like. So you can see it adds up almost to $30,000. So that is a lot of money to help you be able to come here to NNU. We are having visits. We will require masks when you come, but groups of 4 or less, we will take you around. You can get into some of the buildings, and the other ones we can go in front of, and we'll have an iPad and show you the pictures of what else is in that building. But I really firmly believe that going to a campus and seeing what it really feels like to be on that campus is how you'll really know if a school is meant for you. So here's the link down here at the bottom of this screen, and this will help you be able to set up a visit with our visit coordinator. Thank you for listening to this presentation about NNU. Here's my contact info in the Zoom link right down here at the bottom. But yeah, come talk to me after this.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Colette. As was mentioned before, the links to all of the Zooms for conversations for afterwards are in the Q&A, so you can find those there. And then last but not least, we're about to hear from Becky from the University of Idaho.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. I'm Becky from U of I, and I'm happy to wrap up our sessions. I've had a great time talking to students over the last couple of days. My office is actually located in Coeur d'Alene, so I'm not too far from the majority of you. And today I'd like to highlight a few things about the University of Idaho, talk about our admissions requirements for fall 2021 and the changes there, discuss the Western Undergraduate Exchange and how that can help you come to Idaho, and then also provide you some opportunities to get to know the family, the Vandal family through events and maybe even some virtual opportunities that are coming up. Before we get started, I just wanted to mention one recent recognition for us that I'd like to share. It's really exciting, is that the U.S. News and World Report's just this last week announced that we're #1 of all public universities and colleges in terms of the best value in the Western United States. In fact, there are only 2 other public universities in the nation that were deemed a better value, and they were the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and the University of Virginia. So we were super proud of that recent recognition of what we have to offer students in terms of the best value. Moving on, this is a beautiful picture of the University of Idaho campus. It is a traditional residential campus in Moscow, Idaho. If you're not familiar with where Moscow is, a lot of students know where Pullman is. For WSU, we are right across the border into Idaho. In fact, between the 2 college campuses or university campuses, it's very much a college town as students go back and forth between the 2 institutions. For the University of Idaho, we're a little smaller than WSU, though we have almost 12,000 students on campus. The community is small and it feels very warm and inviting. Everything you need to access is really within a short walk or bike ride from campus. It feels like a very close-knit community. In fact, a lot of our graduates end up staying in Moscow. They like it so much. But it is large enough to matter in terms of the amazing work that our faculty and students are doing. We get a lot of worldwide recognition for our work that we do. We do have a 16:1 student to faculty ratio. Students get a lot of personal attention, especially in their upper division classes in their particular major. A class that I took as an undergraduate student had 4 other students in it in my major, and which was in some ways good, in some ways was some pressure to always make sure I was ready for class, right? So 2/3 of our undergraduate students actually participate in research. We have 94 different college majors to choose from. Those are in various areas: business and economics, engineering, art and architecture, the social sciences, anthropology. I heard that pop up in one of the questions. Natural resources, just to name a few. And under each major, there's often different options too. So for environmental science, for example, there's a physical science option, a social science option, a biological science option. So lots of ways to tailor your particular majors to your particular interests, plus academic minors and certificates. So that being said, we have over 300 different options to tailor your bachelor's degree to your specific goals. We also have special programs like ROTC. If you'd like some, join ROTC and get some nice scholarship dollars to help pay for school. We have an honors program. We have a collaborative medical school called WWAMI, and we also have a law school in both Moscow and down south in Boise. Our first-year students are required to live on campus for their first year, either in a residence hall or in the fraternities and sororities, which really creates a very vibrant campus life for us. For fraternities and sororities, we actually have 34 different fraternities and sororities on campus. 26 of them have on-campus housing available. For the residence halls, we have 4 different styles you can choose from the traditional kind of experience that you think of in the movies, like the tower is a little bit more traditional in nature. Also, we have a little bit more modern options like the living and learning communities, where you can live with students that are in your major, and they're more like apartment style living. There's always something to do on campus, lots of ways to get involved. We have over 260 clubs, organizations, and intramural sports you can join when we combine all of those opportunities together. We also are Division I in terms of our athletics in the Big Sky Conference, and we have 16 teams for men and women. So let me know if you have questions about the sports that we have to offer at University of Idaho as well. Students graduating from U of I have a very helpful network of fellow Vandal alums to join that watch out for them and help them with that next step of their career. And our median mid-career salary for our graduates is over $97,000. So let's move on and talk about admissions to U of I and what to expect there, and also the Western Undergraduate Exchange. This next fall, 2021, will definitely be atypical for admission. And so what we've decided to do for those students that weren't able to sit for their ACT or SAT this spring, if you have a 2.6 GPA, we will automatically admit you without your test scores. We still encourage you to go ahead and take that test this fall, because we'll use that for placement in classes other institutions are also doing. We're a rolling admissions school, which means that we will continuously take applications for students, but we encourage students who'd like to come to U of I in fall 21 to apply and submit their FAFSA by December 1st, which is our priority financial aid deadline. We do have a $60 application fee as well, but the online process for applying is relatively simple. Admitted students from Washington will automatically receive our Western Undergraduate Exchange, the WUI, as you've heard before. There's no separate application for it. You just go ahead and apply for admission, and if you're admitted to U of I, you get the WUI. It saves you over $15,000 per year compared to our non-resident fees, which is really exciting. For this next fall, or this next year, we actually have over $25 million in scholarships to go ahead and give students, as well as various waivers that we're offering. And there's no application for those either. We'll automatically consider you for those when you apply for admission to U of I. So I always encourage students to visit as many college campuses that is feasible to do, because they'll have a different feel, a different vibe. It's important to do that. We have a couple opportunities on the screen that you're going to hear more about, especially if you attend my Zoom session afterwards. Envision's coming up this Saturday, and then on the 24th in Moscow, we have a virtual event coming up called Meet the Vandals. If you'd like to tour campus, you can do that and set up a visit. And anytime you want to meet with me, I'm more than happy to meet with you. You can take out your phone real quick and scan my QR code and reach out to me. But in my Zoom session, I'll go over a couple of these virtual tools that will help you explore U of I. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Becky. And as we mentioned before, please join the Zoom sessions afterwards. You can find the links to those now in the Q&A. We'll wait just a couple of minutes to give you a chance to copy those down, or to still answer another question or ask another question if you've thought of something else you want to ask one of these university representatives. For now, but thank you so much for joining us. We're really glad that you were able to come. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick, just 4-question survey. We'd really appreciate your feedback in how the sessions go. Also, this is just one of many sessions being offered, so be sure to sign up for others. And like I mentioned, be sure to go to the Zoom sessions that are happening immediately following this. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as recordings of all of the other college and university presentations that have been happening over the course of the last few days. So you'll be able to find those on the same website where you registered for this one. So thank you again so much. It looks like the link to the survey will appear after you close your Zoom. So once we leave here, but with that, we will end. Thank you again so much, everyone, for attending, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.